For the first time, at least as far back as I can remember, Dame Dash got humbled and basically begged for help after 50 Cent called him broke on the podcast. And this is a really big deal because of how arrogant, obnoxious, and boastful Dame Dash has been for the last 30 years. When he was up on top of the world, it was his way or nothing. Everyone that didn't agree with him was wrong or dumb. He clowned people for working jobs and basically said men weren't men if they had bosses. I mean, he spent his whole career burning bridges and talking down to everybody that could have helped him now that he's struggling. And not to mention, he spent the last 20 years post-Rockefeller breakup hating on Jay-Z every single chance he got. But that's all come full circle now. 50 Cent, who has never forgotten any type of issue he had with anybody, no matter how small the issue was or how long ago it was recently on Gillian Wallow's $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, where he brought up Dame Dash trying to minimize his accomplishment of getting signed to Shady Records for $1 million and how much that deal meant to him and where he was coming from at the time. And he took a second out of that interview to take a shot at Dame for being broke now. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
How much money did he give you for that first deal?
I got $1 million.
Cash. Add the taxes.
The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Damon Dash, and he has no money now. I only felt that, because he said, well, there ain't no money. Like, after you get your watch, a chain, and you look out for the homies, and you do this, then it's nothing. Right? And I was like, nigga, I'm from 134th Street. $1 billion is a lot of money.
Right.
I think I hit the lotto.
Right.
Are you gonna say it's no money? Like, he was, and I just never forgot that because of how it felt.
You can see from that clip more than anything, even now, 50 feels a way about Dame, who was super up at the time, basically shitting on his humble beginnings. And what 50 was talking about was a super old video of Dame talking to, I guess, MTV, breaking down how a new rapper basically blows through $1 million.
This is a realistic look at what $1 million is to the first-time rapper. First of all, it's tax half. So that's $500,000 right then and there. Boom. So now you got $500,000 left. The first thing you got to do is get a nice car.
My truckity truck.
And there's $100,000. Now you got 4 left. You got to get your jewelry game up. And things are costing a lot lately. I like necklaces. So let's say you spend $100 on the low ball side. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to keep up with everyone else. So now you got, what, $300,000 left. You got to get a place to live, and you don't have good credit because you're just coming from the street. So you got to drop more than 20%.
I'm at home, baby.
So now you got about $250 left. Now your homeboys think you got way more than you have, and you got to look out for everybody on your block. So put 50 to that. You got to keep your fresh together.
I love my Gucci fits. They telling me.
So you're going to spend 50 on fresh. Your sneakers, you got to pop tags every single day. So put 50 on that.
Get your pair of these right here.
You have an overhead where you have to maintain all these things every month. So now you might have 20,000 in bills every single day. You know what I'm saying? And there it is. It's gone. There's no more money. It's a wrap. Your $1 million is nothing.
Now, I don't know the full context of the clip. If that was something that Dame said directly after 50 signed his deal, or if it was some type of shade toward 50, but 50 definitely took it that way. And honestly, knowing how hard Dame rode against everybody for Rockefeller back then.
Come on, they keep saying Def Jam on through their on 50 reviews. There's no mention of Rockefeller, no mention of putting together the tour. It's all Def Jam. You're telling me exactly why I don't really fuck with Def Jam. Because every time we get next to y'all, they get the credit. We own our own company. We look like artists.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was talking about 50 and trying to dampen his hype and slow his momentum a little bit. But of course, Dame Dash heard and responded to 50 calling him broke in the most Dame Dash way ever by challenging 50 to a CEO battle.
So somebody definitely sent me that cute shit 50 said about me not having no money. And because of that, I feel like now me and 50 should have a battle. And, you know, no gangster shit. I'm 53 years old. That would be whack and corny for the culture. But he's in the television network business now. So if I was a rapper, I would be like, all right, I'm going to make a diss record. You make a diss record. Now, let's not do that. Let's do CEO war, right? You drop your television network today. You should be able to do that because you have power, you have the resources, and, you know, you get money. And because I'm broke, this should be easy work. I'm going to drop my network. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to drop a new original American new movie. So I also challenge you to drop an original movie. Do it today. You should have it on deck. You're a CEO. You should be prepared for this, but I guarantee you're not. So today, I'm dropping American New. You type in America, you type in NU, you check out my network. Go check out, what's the name of his network again?
50 Cent Action.
Oh, hell no. You can check out 50 Cent Action. I'm promoting it. Go to 50 Cent Action, however you could go there. And go to America New, type in America, type in NU on any app store, download it, and tell me whose app is better. But I need you to show up for this battle, 50. You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm gonna drop a new movie, The Prince of Detroit, an American New original, and produced by us, and we put it in theaters, and now I'm putting it on my own streaming service, you know, because I ain't got no money. And also, I'm gonna do a full interview, and I'm gonna put it on my network first, American New, and you'll be able to see that as well. And, you know, again, let's just compare. Also, 50 was popping it, from what I heard, that, you know, we had that $12 million to buy Rockefeller and BJ's Boss. But where you at? It's still for sale. The prices are up, but, you know, they pushed the auction back. The starting price was 1.2, now it's $3 million. If you got it, like you say it, buy it. I challenge you. So let's keep it. Television network, CEO, and watch the full interview on America New. Watch a new movie on America New, and tell me whose network is better. 50 Cent Action, or America New. And 50, I don't mind if you want to post the battle as well, because I'm posted on mine. We should help each other. You know what I mean?
Dame didn't get the response from fans or the general public that he was hoping for. A lot of comments were calling him out for still ego tripping, being misguided and prideful, and just going out sad in general. I mean, when you put things in context, Dame does sound delusional. 50 just opened the second largest black-owned film and production company in the US, and Dame is challenging him to a movie app battle. When before this little beef, nobody even heard of this app that Dame owns and is trying to push now. It's just a non-comparison. But of course, Dame wasn't done. He responded to 50 again, but this second response is really interesting to me. All the big dog, big money talk that Dame usually does to talk down to everybody else is gone. I just think he knows he can't do that with 50. And he really seems humble this time around, which again is a first for me seeing that come from Dame.
50's been very successful at going to war with other people from our culture, publicly tearing them down, and he wins, if you call that a win. But what I know is when he does that, people from other cultures are like, look, he's doing the work for us. He's tearing them down for us. They celebrate that. So
Dame is being hypocritical talking about 50 tearing down other black men. Dame Dash got on The Breakfast Club in front of the entire world and was tearing down DJ Envy and calling him broke for having a job and working at a radio station.
There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using this.
You don't own it.
But I'm
telling you. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your question.
I'm listening.
Can you give it to your son?
Can I give what to my son?
Whatever you
shares
working
of this
for.
company, I
Yeah.
absolutely positively can.
How?
Why? Because I own shares of this company.
You bought them?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to
full
your
company is
I'm
not
asking
my
you-
son's. No,
Exactly.
It's not mine. But I own
Wait,
shares of
stop.
this company.
Listen. That's
I'm
not my
listening.
question. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right. You don't own this.
But I can take
Stop.
the, I
I'm
can
just
take the
telling
money
you.
from here to invest in
No,
myself.
it's not yours. I'm not going to fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not going to build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can
all that.
See, but I'm not
no,
fighting for this
listen,
company,
listen.
though.
What I'm saying.
But what about taking the
I'm not-
money?
You
Like
come
the
to
same
work
way you
every
took the
day.
money from
But I
Def
come to
Jam.
work-
I
or
didn't take.
whatever.
Stop! Don't say
come
you're
to
speaking
work
my
because I
business and you
enjoy
don't
it.
know what you're talking about. I ain't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking about?
He was calling Envy and every other man out there that works less of a man because they had a job and had a boss. And throughout his whole career, Dame is taking shots and tried to tear down anyone that was doing business without him or that he saw as competition. So he's just yapping.
You know, I'm sure when he was paused getting that Irv Gotti, that there were people from other cultures celebrating that. You know, Irv himself told me that when 50 was getting at him, he ran and he bumped into Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine said, "Yo, I can't talk to you while I'm in the 50 Cent business because it's too profitable. He's making too much money tearing you down."
It's not a race thing, it's a business thing. Suge Knight wouldn't be hanging with Biggie while he was beefing with Pac. So why would Jimmy Iovine be talking to Irv Gotti or hanging with Irv Gotti while there's a serious beef going on with his artist 50? It just doesn't make sense.
And again, the evolution of a businessman, I celebrate that. I'm not a hater. And it seems like he's evolving. So instead of getting at me about my bread and being so successful at tearing other men down, and I personally wouldn't think you were doing it for them. I would give you the benefit of the doubt, but do know they benefit.
Again, Dame just doesn't have any room to talk about black men tearing other black men down. He's done nothing but try to tear down Jay-Z for the last 20 years in every interview or podcast he gets on, time after time. Meanwhile, Jay-Z has only talked about him a couple times, and it was positive each time.
Let's change the trajectory and pass a plug. You know? Like, right now, if you know I'm in the media business and you have access to things and resources, instead of trying to go against me, do something we never do. Let's pause, come together. And, you know, I think I saw that you went and you hollered at Tyler Perry. I'm sure that he gave you the right advice. I'm hoping he passed you resources. I was happy about that. So I'd like to see you pass some resources, you know, just for the ones that deserve it, because you know what it is to be thorough. You know what it is for people to try to blackball you, but you do have the support. But imagine if you didn't have that support. And let's not have them celebrating the fact that we tear each other down, but let's make them scared because they know instead of you working and helping them tear people down from our culture, you're actually uplifting us. And you used all your experiences to do that. If it's you, then let it be you.
Dame just seems like the type of person that can't look in the mirror and see where he's wrong with anything. Since Rockefeller, he hasn't had any major business successes, and I hate that because he was one of my favorite rap CEOs. When I was young, I gravitated toward his drive for independence and wanted to reinvest in his own brands. But the reason Dame is where he is because of how he carried himself and the lifestyle decisions he made.
Let me ask you a question. If you found out or you know someone and they're making $250,000 a year, would you say they were broke? So my child support since 2007 has been collectively with school and camp and child support, $250,000 a year. That's what my children get. And, you know, because I'm broke. And all my children, when they go to college, they don't have any debt. I pay for, I have to. I pay for all of their colleges up front. Because, of course, that's what someone that's broke would do. What happens is when they take your child support, they judge it based on how much money you were making. And we've been through a recession. We've been through a pandemic. Y'all see the tax problems I have. But my children have still been able to get $250,000 a year. And when things go bad, you have to go to court and say, look, I'm not having such a good year. I need a downward modification. I never had the luxury of getting a downward modification because I never wanted my children to be affected by how reckless I might be in business. Now, I'm not complaining, but I guess, you know, I'm just explaining what what it is to be broke.
He admitted to having to pay over $4 million in the last 17 years for child support. That's a decision, or multiple decisions. And meanwhile, he's in $10 million of other debt, which is why the government is auctioning off his 1/3 ownership of Rockefeller, which he refused to sell. Like I said earlier, I think a lot of Dame's messages and his intentions were on point, but his delivery wasn't, and he burned a lot of bridges. For him now to be trying to call out 50 for tearing down other people, and then on the other hand, asking for help and resources, it's just super weird and hypocritical. He basically got called broke, challenged 50 Cent to a CEO battle, and then asked for resources to make films in a roundabout way, which I know hurt his soul because Dame has always been too prideful to ask for help and so proud of when he did things independently or by himself. I mean, to the point that he would clown people that weren't independent or worked within the system. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Dame is really humbled, or is he just trying to play nice and get the plug from 50? Also, make sure you check out the next video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.